What is going on YouTube? It is your boy One Star Week Fan, and we are back for another episode of the Broke Boy Road to Glory. And as you guys know, we have some Weekend League gameplay for you guys. It is yet another sweaty team of the season Weekend League. But first and foremost, we gotta give you some updates, including the packs we've opened since yesterday. And there have been quite a few packs. There are some repeatable SBCs. And generally, it seems like EA is blessing the La Liga team of the season a lot more than they blessed the Premier League team of the season, which I don't get why, but it seems like that's the case. I mean, the team of the season for La Liga looks like it's overall better. There's already 4-player SBCs. We got the repeatable SBCs much earlier, and it's an exciting time to be a La Liga team owner. But it is what it is. We did not pack a blue team of the season from La Liga. The hunt for that blue continues. And let me show you guys the squad. As you guys know, we made some makeovers. And we lost a crap load of money on this player right here. Llorente. We bought him for 565. And now he's like 280 on the market. It really sucks, but it is what it is. Let's look at this card. He's 6 foot tall. He has high work rates. He's right-footed with a 3-star combination, as you guys see here. He has played 27 games, with the majority of them being in the Weekend League, and he got 2 goals and 12 assists. Before I go any further, if you're enjoying the content, if you want more content like this, do me a big solid and hit the like button down below. And if you're new to the channel, as always, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all you guys at home for watching this video. So we look at this Llorente card, all right? Going back to his not informed version, I mean, he was in everybody's team at the start of the game as a cheap beast in the midfield. But now he looks like he has some quality. Now he looks like he's challenging the Gullits of the game and company like that. He doesn't really have any weakness aside from the 3-star combination. I mean, every single stat here is good. And what makes him interesting is that you could really throw different chem styles on him depending on the position you want to play him in. I think most of you guys at home will be using him as a CDM, maybe an attacking CDM, maybe even a CM. And given that I did throw an engine chem style on him, I think the most important thing to boost on him besides his dribbling is, of course, pace, because pace is king in this FIFA. As you guys know, he's going to be playing 4-3-2-1 as a CM, and we're going to see how he does. Let's jump into the gameplay. I'm going to let you guys know how my weekend leagues went, and I'm going to let you guys know, is Llorente worth it? Let's go. All right, so according to Footbin, this Llorente card is going to be costing you 289k on the PS4 market. Is he worth it? I would have to say he's definitely worth it for that price. When I bought him for 580 though, I wasn't really a fan of his value, but I do think about 300 to 400k is a great price for him to settle at. We're gonna talk about it, starting with his pace. He has 91 pace, and as you guys know, pace is not going to be an issue with this card. I mean, you're not going to be using him as a striker or a winger. He's going to be in your midfield, and if you need a pacey midfielder, he's going to tick all the boxes with his 86 acceleration and his magnificent 95 sprint speed. That being said, though, when he's on the ball, because he's 6 foot tall and because he has an average-ish body type, I think it's actually a lean body type, but whatever the case is, he's 6 foot tall. He doesn't feel amazing on the ball. He's not going to feel like 91 pace, but if you need somebody to cover the midfield very quickly, cover your ass on counters, this guy's going to be able to do that for you. Overall, this guy's pace as a CM or a CDM is a 9.5 out of 10. Next, we'll talk about shooting, because this is the unique thing about Llorente throughout the game, is that he's a CDM that could do the defensive dirty work, but also score goals. I mean, Liverpool fans will definitely tell you all he's done against them. I'm just joking, but I did notice his attack positioning was great, and therefore I do think an attacking CDM role where he's on balance, or maybe a CM role where he's on balance, is really the best role for him, because you're going to get the most out of him when you let him use his attack positioning to his advantage. He's just going to drift into dangerous areas at the right place at the right time to finish shots, and when he gets it on his right peg, he's going to hit the back of the net with his 85 finishing and his 86 shot power. His long shots were enough to test the keeper, but nothing more, nothing less. I did wish he got a bigger shot or a better shooting increase, because the increase he got is not really that great, but he still is very reliable in the box on his right foot. Overall, this guy's shooting is an 8 out of 10. Next, we'll talk about his passing, and the stats look great. No lie. I mean, he has 89 vision, 94 short passing, 91 long passing, 81 curve. But for whatever reason, he didn't really seem like he played to these stats. I mean, I've played cards with these stats that feel like cams in games, that feel like deep line playmakers and playmakers in general on this game. And while Llorente has the passing now to contribute to build a play very well, has the passing to slip a few assists in, I did find his passing to be inconsistent. I'm not sure if it's because of the 3-star weak foot, but his passing did not seem to play up to the stats. He did have a decent pass on him though, and I do have to say his passing overall is a 7.5 out of 10. I do think he gets the job done, but it is a bit inconsistent from time to time, and honestly, I'm not really sure why. Next, we'll talk about his dribbling, and honestly, he felt decent on the ball. One critique that a lot of people had of his non-form is that he didn't feel that great on the ball, and on this card, you definitely feel a major increase, but with every other card being increased at the same time, with the power creep being in team of the season, he still feels, I would say, above average, but nothing more on the ball. He's not somebody you really want to cut through defenses like butter, because he just doesn't really have that in his game. That being said though, if you keep it simple, you will find that he is half decent on the ball with his 91 dribbling, the 92 ball control, and everything like that. I just wouldn't do any skills like heel to heels, L1 face shots, because he doesn't really execute them that well due to his height and his body, but he is very decent on the ball and much upgraded on his other versions. Overall, I have to give this guy's dribbling an 8 out of 10. Finally, we'll be talking about his physical, and I will say he did get the job done. He feels very reminiscent of Team of the Season Goretzka, the SBC he had last year. This card feels very similar. I mean, they do have very similar body types, and they do very similar things well. He breaks a play magnificently. His tackle is very aggressive, very strong feeling, but because of his body type, there are certain players like the Gullits of this game, the Vieiras of this game, the Ronaldos of this game, that will be able to shield him off from time to time, and I don't really think there's much you can do about that. His 94 stamina means he lasts all game, and you might be wondering, is he good as a CDM? I think he's great as a CDM. And I do think overall I have to give his defending and physical an 8.5 out of 10. Alright guys, so what's the final verdict on this Llorente card? I think for the value, he's a great value. He has a lot of good links. There are so many Atletico cards on this game, and there's a lot of Spanish cards on this game that are very good. He does pretty much everything well. He doesn't really particularly excel in anything. I think if he maybe had a better weak foot, better skill moves, that would change, but he doesn't really seem to be a lead in anything. He just seems to be very, very good at everything, and if that's what your midfield is missing, I think he'll fit in very well. And for the value, like I said, I think he's very, very great card. Overall, I gotta give him an 8.75 out of 10. He was slightly disappointing because when you see the stats, you think he's gonna be amazing, but he's still a very good card. Alright guys, so you might be wondering how the weekend league went, and unfortunately we had a horrible delay-ridden weekend league. It seems like every team of the season weekend league is going to be like this, and being that La Liga had a great team of the season, I think there were just so many players playing at the same time, because the gameplay I had was, to be honest, horrific. Things that nightmares are made out of. I mean, there were just so many games where I just didn't really feel like I had control of my players. There were a few games where I felt like the delay was one-sided in my favor, like my opponent had really bad delay, but a lot of them I felt like I had the one-sided delay. And regardless of the fact, we did get goal 3. As you guys know, I didn't start playing till Saturday evening, I think it was, so we didn't really have that much time, unfortunately, and we finished at 14-8. And it was frustrating because I was 13-4, and I proceeded to lose 4 straight games in order to secure a goal 3. It was some of the most frustrating stuff I've experienced in a while on this game, but I guess it's nothing new. It's team of the season. It's to be expected. And next week, we will be starting the weekend league on Friday, so hopefully we can get all 30 games in, maybe push for a gold 1 and gold 2 finish for the Bundesliga team of the season. Let me know in the comment section down below how your weekend league went. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next episode, but until then,